as a
seafood that frequently appears in people's lives. Have you noticed? A huge chunk of shrimp meat. It seems like they were born to be eaten. All of this, all thanks to its unique physical structure. Shrimp that we often see. Most belong to the soft-shelled, deciduous female species. It's entirely because of their heads. There are 10 deficiencies in breast size. However, these 10 shortcomings do not simply mean that something is not good enough. It can also be converted into pliers, or a pistol for long-range attacks. Their cheek calcium, pancreas, and heart. The reproductive system is located in the same area as the chest. The abdomen, besides being mid-length and posterior length. That is what we call the shrimp vein. They are all very powerful muscles. When encountering danger, shrimp can quickly shrink their abdomen. A super long-range flash. This is the skill. Helped them through the long years. Escaped countless natural enemies. However, Xiaohe was both the one who made him and the one who brought him down. In the face of cruel upright bipeds. All their efforts to survive. It all seemed to be designed to intensely stimulate the latter's appetite. From our perspective, what are the characteristics of shrimp thinking? Almost all of these results point to the conclusion that it's a convenient cooking method. I want to use a delicious shrimp. It requires almost no tools. Compared to shellfish and the series' heaviness. Sturdy outer shell. What about the shells that most shrimp have? It's practically like a box for a block of soft tofu. Even the way they're opened is remarkably similar. As a result, some of them, with even more exaggerated concave branches like a scorpion. Some had heads that looked like saws. The number of legs and the number of spider pens are also not many. Let these be measured in nature. My Ronaldo dental setup. It was ineffective against human food radar. Even surprisingly for many people. Full of warmth. I think it might be because the natural deliciousness of shrimp. It has been deeply etched into our minds. In the DNA. In today's world where online quality is a source of much controversy. To distinguish a type of shrimp, it's a distressing thing. Shrimp with the same name, in different places. Sometimes they bring only completely different kinds. To help us natural foodies, go to better crayfish. Therefore, we specifically purchased it. Several common types of edible shrimp on the market. And use your own camera to film them. Hope this helps everyone. Commonly consumed shrimp in our daily lives. They are usually divided into two types. One type is called prawn. The bright red shrimp have also grown stronger gills, and they have a habit of stepping their eggs directly into the water. The representative is the shrimp we often eat. In academics, being governed by the rules under the purpose of self-saya. It is actually only a distant relative of the suborder Diplosoemulsi. In terms of closeness, it's not even as good as lobster and crab. The name Diploembryomorpha actually comes from. They are accustomed to putting their eggs, produced on swimmers, with this habit. Compared to prawns, they can be described as very responsible parents, as the king of edible shrimp, and the perfect ingredients that combine economy and deliciousness. Jiwei Shrimp is not actually a type of shrimp. It is a breeding method. The name also comes from the coastal area of Guangdong, the dike used for Zula Sea. Locally, it is called Jiwei. Some shrimp are raised in these enclosures, hence the name several shrimp. The shrimp from the south are usually fresh prawns. What is its biggest feature? It comes from a special goose tendon on the forehead. Only the upward-facing side has serrations, like a knife. In the north, the shrimp that people talk about. Often it is white-leg shrimp from South America, also known as Vanabine shrimp. South American white shrimp. Their lower side of the river has small thorns. This type of shrimp is more colorful than several others. The shrimp should be whiter. The body size will also be larger. The longest can grow up to 32 centimeters. Due to its resistance to transportation and good adaptability to water content. Widely farmed worldwide. The number of talented people can rank among the top 3 in shrimp farming. It turns out that this type of shrimp is indeed very resilient. Among the shrimp we bought this time, the longest living one. Until now, he is also alive. It also ate the second-ranked Japanese wolf prawn. That is, the Japanese prawn mentioned in some old materials, also called bamboo shrimp. Bamboo shrimp are like other shrimp. Japanese wolf shrimp. I really like burying myself in the sand. This pointy-headed guy. At this moment, it actually looks kind of cute. There is no one. Thick and luxurious outer shell. And a colorful tail. Extremely good-looking. These beautiful shrimp are also very expensive. Use it to make porcelain. My personal feeling is, the taste is also much better than other prawns. You really do get what you pay for. In the shrimp project, there's another tough guy I have to mention. That's tiger prawn. Because they live among aquatic plants, they are also called grass shrimp, based on individual size, different feed and feeding environment. The body color of half a prawn can also vary. Like the tiger prawns we buy, the color is dark brown. Therefore, the product name became black tiger shrimp, also distributed along the coasts of the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Compared to other objects, it has strong disease resistance. It is also the largest of all shrimp. This shrimp has an average length of 2,530 centimeters. Compared to the shrimp mentioned earlier, they played several rounds. Therefore, it is also known as the tiger prawn. The horse we bought is probably only a few months old. I believe everyone. It should be found in many seafood buffets. You should have all seen it. This ingredient is of a higher grade than several shrimp. Compared to physical strength, there is also a type of shrimp in Zasaya, choosing a subtle and gentle approach. It has quietly blended into our lives. Compared with general agriculture as a staple food, the prawns served on the table are different. They were like the emperor's vast grain reserves. It was pressed into a sauce. For our soup and the steamed buns in our hands, it adds a unique fragrance, although it looks inconspicuous. But it is indispensable.
It has high nutritional value.
It is the hairy shrimp inside the prawn shell. As a miniature version of shrimp, its size is no more than 3 centimeters. Lifespan is usually only a few months. Their staple foods are usually algae and some decaying oil organisms. They like to gather near harbors and river mouths. Often, it will naturally also have a touch of red. If you scoop them out, cook them, and then dry them in the sun, you'll have dried shrimp. This is so unfair. He clearly gave the entire city to humans to eat. Why is it called shrimp skin? If we say that the star of lavorwood is kiwi, that composite of Yama's center position, without a doubt, it's crayfish. As a type of shrimp that is also widely farmed, its status in major night markets, not panicked compared to the former.
More fish maw and beer.
Grilled meat and clams together form F4. Not only does it taste delicious, even the color is a universally appealing red. Merely mention, it will make your mouth water without you even realizing it. I have to complain about the price of crayfish here. It's too expensive. In this particular game, there were only slightly over 20 players with a score of 69. 7 or 8 were consumed just from filming. They didn't even give us a single noodle. In the end, it's more expensive than Xiao Qinglong. I really can't afford it. His official Chinese name is Kestyle Yuanao shrimp. Average body length 512 centimeters. While being widely cultivated, it is also a well-known invasive species. I usually like to live in the rice paddies, in the swamp and the slow-flowing streams with tassels. Freshwater boiled shrimp. However, it can survive in water containing a small amount of salt. It can withstand droughts lasting up to 4 months. The average lifespan can also reach 5 years. All of this proves that he possesses a powerful vitality. But unlike the rumors, it can survive in various toxic waters. There is still a significant gap. Ours died after just over a day. What about crayfish? I like living in a clean environment. What about crayfish living in clean environments? It won't get dirty out of thin air. But I still don't mind hunting wild crayfish. First of all, it's small and doesn't have much meat. Some people also commented that his recipes were far too extensive. It cannot be ruled out that there might be corpses or feces. Although the dried tail resembles blood and sweat, the crayfish, it looks embarrassing. But he also possesses an elegance and beauty that are both praiseworthy. He is the eldest brother of the sea knights, American lobster. Whether it's their enormous physique, still thick armor, all of this highlights his status as the king of lobster stew. The underwater ravine. 2 huge concave deep dives, repeatedly warning strangers not to enter. You will bear the consequences. If you ignore his warning, then he'll get itchy hands.
Desire to fight.
Use alternating attacks from left front and right front towards you. One of them was dissatisfied and insisted. The muscle fibers inside can quickly expand and contract. Therefore, it can open and close quickly,
Just like a saw.
easily cuts through the soft skin. The main focus is on bleed damage. Word output maxed out. What about the other one? It was covered with hammer-like protrusions. The internal muscles have become stronger, using brute force to directly shatter armor. It is the nightmare of all shellfish on the seabed.
Although it looks terrifying.
But during his childhood, actually there is no difference between the left and right claws. As he grows, it will be based on usage habits. Different combat forms are selected separately. The lobsters cooked every week are enormous. The longest recorded weekly cooking time for lobster. It can even exceed 60 centimeters. Average standby life. Its lifespan is 50 times that of a crayfish. Theoretically speaking, one can live to 100 years old. The largest size can reach 1 meter, although commonly known as Boston lobster. But it's actually not from Boston. It does not belong to the lobsterity family. Most Boston lobsters, they all actually come from Myanmar. The huge pincers on its body. This also revealed that he was actually a lobster cook. Real lobster. Actually, it is classified in the family Lobotomycetes of the order Scutellariae. His most distinctive feature. It's his internet-famous, dragon whisker-like beard. Not only hard and long, it was also covered with a dense array of sharp thorns. When we touch him, he would even try to nudge our hands with his tentacles. This little blue dragon we bought. Its official Chinese name is wavy lobster. In the Western Pacific. Widely distributed in northern Australia and the east coast of Africa. During the day, they hide in the crevices of rocks and coral reefs. The fire only comes out at night. Lobster meat is extremely delicious. It's definitely a top-tier shrimp among all kinds. When we only spent 128 yuan at the supermarket, I bought this one. Lobsters, which once seemed out of reach. I couldn't help but feel a sense of responsibility from the bottom of my heart. The country has been operating in recent years. Significant progress in water transport and marine aquaculture. Because crayfish are just so visually appealing. We even considered keeping it as a mascot. Also preparing. Buy him some feed, like a double dose. Unfortunately, he passed away after only 4 days. In memory of him, I had no choice but to make it a part of my body. Never to be apart. If we talk about stewed lobster and lobster, it satisfied our appetite. The river shrimp in Baishi's writing. We have paid the price with our spirit. The shrimp he described was called the long-armed shrimp. At first glance, long-armed shrimp and lobsters. The only difference is the length of the arms. But what about those long arms? Actually, it's his second highest. I'm sorry for not being able to do my best. It helped them to get food. The reason why long-armed warriors are a species. Actually, there are 2 pairs of pliers. And these 2 large pincers. They could then use it for fighting. Our guests this time. It's the behemoth of the long-armed knight. Freshwater long-armed shrimp. That is, snail-shaped algae shrimp. This kind of shrimp, it should be living. The boundary between the river and the sea. They can only return to live in freshwater when they reach adulthood, perhaps due to the unique childhood manager. Spiridonia is highly aggressive. If you put it with small fish often get lost because of them. Its body length can even exceed 30 centimeters, limited by conditions. Let's find the screws we bought. It's only a little bit bigger than a crayfish. Once inside the pool, they started fighting against crayfish, this invasive species. It has the air of two tigers are worse than one mountain. They are also very clean everywhere. I'll clean my eyeballs in a bit. He kept cleaning his feet. The self-cleaning mode is running in the background. It can be described as crab oil tiger and fine rust rose.
It is a pity.
These spiral shrimp have extremely low adaptability. They only lived for a few hours before they all died. Boaten shrimp. These are the shrimp that cause us the most trouble, because it is not a type of shrimp but a category of shrimp. I bought 2 kinds of peony shrimp. These headless ones are the most standard commercial peony shrimp. These kinds of shrimp, generally, these are high magnification change shrimp shells, and the wide-angled change shrimp. They also have biological enzymes in their bodies. After death, proteins can be broken down into amino acids. That's why it tastes both fresh and sweet. Heating it didn't break it down, instead, it became less sweet. It can be said to be the natural enemy of sashimi. Of the 2 types of boaten shrimp we bought, this is quite obvious and interpretive. This is not the same as the traditional boaten shrimp we buy. Later I asked Aquaman Frank. He told me, this is a species of shrimp. What if we encounter enemies capable of emitting blue-white fluorescence? He is also a lobster enthusiast. Look how long this nuclear power plant is. And it does taste sweet. Does calling it peony shrimp constitute fraud? Besides these common shrimp, another internet celebrity is also featured in this video. That's the famous Mantis Shrimp. Although its name is also shrimp, but Mantis Shrimp doesn't belong to the category of bamboo and silkwood at all. Instead, it is a slightly shrimp-like, bamboo-like animal. It's not the same as regular shrimp at all. What is its relationship with regular shrimp? It's like the relationship between a person and a duck leg. This is just what we bought. The species of Mantis Shrimp shell roasted Mantis Shrimp rat. Look closely, he only has 3 pairs of breasts. There were 5 pairs of small hooks in front of his tribe. D345 is similar in size to the dusk sleeping group. Can hold its own egg. The second pair is called the Hunter clan. His main offensive weapon. It looks a bit like the tribe that Tang Sanzang captured. But the orientation is exactly the opposite. The sickle-shaped boar has gained powerful cutting ability. The fishing hunters can pierce through stars with a single strike. Actually, the drooping Mantis Shrimp also uses a sickle-shaped claw. He just doesn't usually open it. He just likes to use elbow strikes. His temperament is also very fierce. They are ruthless hunters of the deep sea. And the long part behind him, there are 5 swimming teams. Look at him. Even when it's still, it keeps turning back and forth, because it is still a respiratory organ. Extra long belly. Let the Mantis Shrimp. It also has a very large, edible part. But be careful when eating. Don't let the insistence on lengthening your arms fool you. In the long river of history, shrimp's encounter with humans. May Day is a romantic thing. During our time with the shrimp, I learned a lot of knowledge that only existed in food. Made many new attempts. After experiencing both hardships and joys together. And you can also experience the most beautiful farewell. Hopefully, when you enjoy them next time. You might also think about your brief encounter with them today. Although everyone saw this video, it's almost June. But what about the orders that were placed before and haven't been shipped yet? I received it before the Lunar New Year. I know this has a lot to do with my positioning. I know my line of work isn't easy to monetize. However, I think people must always look forward. I really like visual arts, so I purchased a lot of equipment. I hope to use my own lens through real shot footage. Let's add some fun to cold, hard knowledge. Help everyone solve. Want to learn about common organisms. Instead, a situation where clear materials cannot be found. Limited by inland conditions and filming experience. This episode also left quite a few regrets. For example, we want to buy Brother White Shrimp. I ended up buying Chen's Rice Shrimp. Actually, these are the Black River shrimp we raise in Qingdao. I need to do better for my relatives in the future. Please like this post. Coin to follow. Your encouragement is the best way to support me.